A man stood at the edge of his bathroom, staring at the test results in his trembling hands. The paper didn't shout, it didn't need to. His body was shutting down. He had tried everything to change his life. Every diet. Every plan. Every promise. And he had failed at all of them. Now, time had run out. But what he discovered next was so simple, so unbelievably small, that it felt impossible it could save him. And yet, it did. Ryan woke up on a Thursday morning, but something was wrong. He couldn't get out of bed. Not because he was tired, but because his chest felt tight, like invisible hands were squeezing his heart. He lay there for 20 minutes, breathing slowly, trying to convince himself. It's nothing, just stress, just anxiety, just another normal day. But when he finally stood up, the room spun. At the hospital, the doctor didn't smile. He placed 3 sheets of paper in front of Ryan. Blood pressure, dangerously high. Cholesterol, off the charts. Pre-diabetic. Severe risk of stroke or heart failure. Then he looked him straight in the eyes and said, "You are 35 years old, but your body is dying like you're 60. If nothing changes in the next 6 months, you may not make it." Ryan sat in his car in the parking lot. He couldn't even start the engine. The papers rested in his lap like a final warning. His mind replayed everything. The 15 diets he started and quit. The gym memberships he never used. The late-night motivation bursts that disappeared by morning. The promises he made every new year and broke. He whispered to himself, "What's wrong with me?" He drove home in silence. He walked past the treadmill covered in clothes. Past the bookshelf filled with half-read self-help books. He sat on the couch and thought about calling his brother. But what would he say? That he was dying, not because of fate, but because he couldn't stay consistent? That night, something changed. He didn't search for a new extreme workout. He didn't look for a miracle diet. Instead, he typed one honest question into his phone. Why do I always fail? That question led him to a name. Dr. Ellison. A psychologist who specialized in people who had tried everything and failed at everything. At 2 a.m., Ryan sent a simple email. "I've failed at changing my life more times than I can count. Can you help me?" He didn't expect a reply. But the next morning, there it was. "Come to my office tomorrow at 4 p.m. Bring nothing. Except your willingness to start smaller than you think is possible." Ryan arrived exactly at 4. No fancy office. No awards on the walls. Just a calm man in his 50s, and a notebook. "Tell me what you want to change," Dr. Ellison said. Ryan began listing everything. "I want to exercise daily, eat healthy, sleep better, wake up early, read more, be productive, be better." Dr. Ellison raised his hand. "Stop. That's not a plan. That's a wish list. And wish lists don't change lives." He drew a line down the middle of a page. On one side, big goals. On the other, tiny habits. "You've been living here," he said, pointing to big goals. "Your brain sees massive change as danger. It resists. It pushes back. It makes you quit." Then he pointed to the other side. "This is what works. Habits so small, your brain doesn't resist them. So easy, you can't fail." Ryan frowned. "But if they're that small, how do they change anything?" Dr. Ellison leaned forward. "Because small actions, repeated daily, become transformation. You don't need to change your whole life tomorrow. You just need to do one tiny thing, today." He handed Ryan a piece of paper. It read, "After I brush my teeth, I will do 2 push-ups." Ryan blinked. "That's it?" "That's it. Not 5. Not 10. Just 2. And here's the rule. You must do at least 2 every day. No excuses. No negotiation. Ryan laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it felt absurd. This is supposed to save my life? Dr. Ellison smiled. That's exactly why it will work. The next morning, Ryan brushed his teeth. Then, awkwardly, he dropped to the floor and did 2 push-ups. 6 seconds. That's it, he thought. But the next day, he did it again. And the next. And the next. By day 5, he did 2 push-ups, then added a few more. By day 9, 2 became 15, plus jumping jacks, plus a glass of water. Week 3. Something strange happened. He didn't think about push-ups anymore. They just happened. Automatically. Then something even stranger happened. He started taking the stairs. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to. Week 5. He began craving healthier food. Not forcing himself, actually craving it. Week 7. He woke up earlier. Not because of discipline, but because he wanted more time. Week 9. A second habit was added. After I sit down for lunch, I will read 1 page. 1 page turned into 5. 5 turned into chapters. He finished 4 books in a month, month 4. A third habit. Stretch for 2 minutes. 2 minutes became 10. 10 became yoga. Yoga became evening walks. People started noticing. Ryan, you look different. What are you doing? He smiled. I do 2 push-ups a day. They laughed. But he wasn't joking. Month 6. He returned to the doctor. The same doctor who warned him. The results came in. Everything had changed. Blood pressure, normal. Cholesterol, down. Weight, reduced. Prediabetes, reversed. The doctor looked confused. What did you do? Ryan paused. Then said quietly, I did 2 push-ups every day. But the real change wasn't physical. It was mental. For the first time, he trusted himself. He wasn't someone who failed anymore. He was someone who followed through. Month 8. Ryan stood in front of the mirror. Stronger. Healthier. Alive. He wasn't the same man. That man was dying. This one was living. And it all started. With 2 push-ups, your life can change the same way. Not through massive effort, but through tiny habits. Start small. Stay consistent. And watch the impossible become inevitable.